This is a composition in Telugu which beautifully brings the devotion that Hanuman had towards Ram. When he was hurt by Vajra and he fell down, and the number of wounds he got, and after hearing to his life history, Hanuman realized the strength that he had. Immediately he thought that he should not delay the process. He stood before the sun god because sun god was his guru. They say that this is the lakshanam for an acharya. An acharya, guru, should always be a person who is non-commercial and who always thinks about the well-being of his students. Swami Vedanta Deshika explains the acharya lakshanam in a beautiful shloka. Siddham sat sampradaye sthiratiyam anagham shrotriyam brahmanishtam sattvastham satyavacham samayaniyataya sadhu vritya sametam dambhasuyadi muktam jiya vishayganam dirgabandhum dayalum स्खालित्येषा सितारं स्वपरिहितपरं देशिकं भूषडिप्सेत्. At the same time, the student should have equal devotion and respect towards his acharya, towards his teacher. This is generally missing these days. Whenever a student sees his acharya, the student feels he is also a human being like me. He also has 2 hands, 2 legs, 1 mouth, 2 ears, 2 eyes, 1 nose. Why should I respect him and why should I be devoted to him? No. Swami says that you will have to be devoted towards an acharya. If you are not, whatever you have learned will not stay in your memory for a long time. Sadbuddhihi sadhu sevi samuchita charitas tattvabodha vilashi shushrushastyaktamanah pranipatana farah prashnakalah pratikshaha शांतो दांतो अनसूयुः शरणमुपगतः शास्त्रविश्वासशाली शिष्यः प्राप्तः परीक्षां कृतविदभिगमतं तत्त्ववत् शिक्षणीयः. Hanuman, who was the personification of Brahma Jnanam, stood before sun god who was his acharya, first offered salutations to his acharya. He did Anjali. Anjali means putting your hands together. Why is it called Anjali? Am jalayati Anjalihi. If you go stand before Bhagavan with your folded hands, it seems because of the love, respect, devotion and fear that you have towards him, he will feel sorry for you and he will start shedding tears for you. Since our Anjali, since our posture of folding hands brings water, tears down the cheeks of Bhagavan's face, it is called Am jalayati Anjalihi. He did Anjali towards Surya Bhagavan. Anjalim prangmukham kurvan pavanaya atmayonaye tato hi vavridhe gantum dakshino dakshinam disham. After having done his Anjali towards sun god, he looked towards the south because that was the direction where he was flying to meet Mata Sita. Hanuman stood over the mountain. As he stood over the mountain, that mountain is called Mahendragiri, that still exists in a place called as Tirukkurungudi. Tirukkurungudi is a place in Tamil Nadu. If you go to Chennai in Tamil Nadu, you may take the closest means of transport, which could be a train, to a place called as Tirunelveli. Once you reach this place called as Tirunelveli, from there, it is about a few kilometers, you will reach another place called as Tirukkurungudi. This is a very important Divya Kshetram, and in this Divya Kshetram, you will find a beautiful mountain called as Mahendragiri, from which Hanuman took off. Hanuman increased his body size because generally people of great strength do that. Hanuman did that. We are not aware because we are not people of great bodily strength. Hanuman increased his body size. As he kept increasing his body size, the mountain itself could not bear Hanuman's weight. Because of the excessive pressure that he was putting on the mountain, all the trees on that particular Mahendragiri started shaking. Those trees had beautiful flowers. Some trees had flowers in yellow, some in red, some in green, some in blue. As Hanuman increased his body size, those trees started shivering, they started shaking. And as they shook, those flowers fell down on Hanuman, and it was as if those trees were giving a send-off party to Hanuman by performing this Pushpa Abhishekam. They were doing an Abhishekam full of flowers. And because Hanuman was excited that he will be flying towards Lanka to meet Mata Sita, he was horripilated. So all his body hair stood up, and all these flowers which fell on him attached to those hair like little plants with beautiful flowers, and it looked so beautiful from afar off, from a distance, and Hanuman was looking like a real Sundara. And as he was applying pressure, poets are never short of comparisons and similes. They give a beautiful description as to what happened in that mountain. Mountains are always prone, and they are always the abode of huge pythons and other venomous snakes. These venomous snakes, they all felt that their holes were being crumpled and pressurized to such an extent that they had no place to stay inside those holes. So they all came out and they were surprised to find such a gigantic figure of body of Hanuman, because of which the snakes on those mountains wanted to pull down their venom on something. So because of which the two teeth of the cobras stuck to the huge boulders or the rocks on that mountain, due to which the rocks started developing cracks. For just knowing whether Hanuman, how he flew and where he flew, the poets give such a huge description. Valmiki says, Shirobhi Pritrubhirnaga Vyaktastvatikalakshanihi Vamantaf Pavakam Ghoram Dandashir Darshanai Shilaha. The Tamil poet Kamban gives a very similar description. வந்தந்தவரிகோள் நாகம் வயங்க அழல்லுமிழும் வாய்ப்போன் தந்த முழைகள் தோறும் புறந்து உரோ புரண்டு வேர்வ நின்று அந்தமிலான் மூன்ற நெறித்து கீழழுந்தும் நீல குன்றம் தன் வயிறு கிரிப்பிதுங்கின் குடர்கள் மான். Then Hanuman did a Hunkaram. Hunkaram is generally to a Shankham, but this is a hum which people who go to the arena and do Malyuddham do. Whenever you find two people having a Malyuddham on an arena, they do they'll hit their biceps and triceps and they'll just say that they are so strong. Hanuman did the similar thing. Duduve cha saromani chakampe chanalopamaha nanataccha mahanadam Sumahani vaito yadaha margamalokayanduradurdhva pranihitalekshanah rurodat hridaye pranan akashamavalokayan. Then Hanuman looked at all the monkeys who were assembled there and said, My dear friend monkeys, please listen to me. This is my objective, that I will search for Sita and I will find her, convey the message of Ram, and if possible and if she permits, I will bring her back. If not, I will carry the entire Lanka in my hand and bring it before Ram and ask him to search for it. Badhva Rakshasa Rajanam Anayishyami Ravanam Sarvatha Kritakaryo Hameshyami Sahasitaya. Like how we have seen when rockets are launched and when they are propelled, the little herbs, little shoots, little saplings, little plants around that area, that is especially around the area where the rocket is, when the rocket is propelled, when it goes up, even the little saplings go along with the rocket up to a certain distance and they come down. The rocket keeps on going, but these plants go up to a certain distance and they come down. Likewise, Hanuman was like a rocket. He wanted to get propelled from Mahendragiri mountain. So when he was about to do it and when he did it, all the little plants around him also wanted to take part in Ramakainkaryam, also wanted to be a part of Hanuman's journey. So they all went along with Hanuman up to a certain distance, and after having given him a farewell, they all fell down to the same Mahendragiri Parvatam. Look at the beautiful description. Uruvegatitha vriksha muhurtam kapimanvayuh prasthitam dirghamadhvanam swabandhumiva bandhava. Whenever we go to our villages, we will see that if we go in our vehicle like a motorbike or a car, the village children will come along with us up to a certain distance, will bear a farewell to us, will say goodbye, and then they will go back to their places. Valmiki says it is very similar to the relatives who come and say goodbye to a person who's leaving their house when these plants went along with Hanuman. Swabandhumiva bandhava. Like how bandhavaha, that is the relatives would act, even these little plants were a part of Ramakainkaryam. Now, Valmiki, who has been describing each and every inch in Srimad Ramayanam, has to give the size of Hanuman. In turn, he gives the size of Hanuman's shadow. Dashayojana vistirna Trishadyojanamāyata Chaya Vanarasimhasya Jave Charutara Bhavat. Dashayojana vistirna Trimshayojanamayata. It was 30 yojanas in length and 10 yojanas in width. That is, it was close to 80 miles. 80 miles in width and close to 240 miles in length. We can't even imagine how huge the shadow must have been and how huge Hanuman must have been. The Tamil poet Kamban compares Hanuman's movement, Hanuman's flying in the sky, to a streak of lightning that comes and strikes on the background of the beautiful dark clouds that envelop the sky during the rainy season. Kedula mudunilavin kilaroli irulai kirapalima merunanai vishumbu idai padarnda தோளான் ஆடி சூழுலகம் எல்லாம் அருள் கனல் முருங்க உண்ணும் ஊழ்நாள் வடவால் தோன்றும் உவா முழுமதியுமொத்தான். He also says, looking at Hanuman, it also feels whether he is the beautiful Chandra on the sky. He looks as beautiful as the moon because his heart and his body are so pure. Now, we will find that during his journey on the ocean, we will find 3 obstacles. The first was, Samudra Raja asked a certain mountain called as Mainakam to act as a first obstacle. Mainakam, that Parvatam, that Mainaka Parvatam, came and stood before Hanuman. So Hanuman, it blocked Hanuman's way. Hanuman did not know that this Mainakam was his father's friend. Before Mainaka could say anything, Hanuman gave a punch on this mountain called as Mainakam. Then Mainakam said, Hanuman, why are you giving a blow to me? I am your father's friend. It happened that during the Krita Yugam, all the mountains had wings so they could all fly. But Indra, the lord of the heaven, did not like all these mountains flying. So he took his Vajrayudham and chopped off the wings of these mountains. But your father, Vayu Bhagavan, protected me and asked me to go under the ocean. So I am always grateful to your father. Now that I came to know that Vayu Bhagavan is not coming, whereas Vayu Putra Hanuman is coming, I thought I could appear before you. Since I have got such a huge surface area, I am such a huge mountain and I have got beautiful caves, I thought I could offer you some rest on my mountain. But in turn, why are you giving me a blow? Asya sahyam maya karyam ikshvaku kulavartinaha mama ikshvakavav pujya param pujyatamastava. But when Hanuman hit Mainakam, Valmiki gives the beautiful shlokam, Satumachchitramatyartham mahavego mahakapihi urasa patayamasa jimutamiva marutaha. But when Hanuman realized what great blunder he had committed against Mainaka, who gave so much of love and respect towards him, he told Mainaka, Hanuman tehi parasakara punikinha pranam Ram kaju kine binu mohi kaha vishram. Hey Mainaka, I am so happy and glad that you are offering me some shelter. But now I cannot take this offer of yours because my aim, my objective is to just accomplish Ram's task of meeting Sita. And if I take rest, my interest in this mission will go away, so I may not be able to do, because my mission is Tvarate karya kalo me ahaschapya vivartate pratignya cha maya hatta nasthavya himatantara. He also said, hey Mainaka, don't worry. All these words which you have told me, so soothing words, they themselves are acting like a shelter to me. I don't have to specially stay on your mountain, because the words whatever you have said, whatever offer you have given me is so beautiful that it is worth of me staying on this mountain. But whatever words you have said, it is equivalent to the hospitality that you will be giving me if I stay in this mountain. The Tamil poet Kamban puts this in a very beautiful diplomatic passage. வருந்தேன் இது என் துணைவானவன் வைத்த காதல், அருந்தேன் இனியாதும் ஒன்று ஆகை நிரப்பியல்லால், பெருந்தேன் மொழிசாரனின் அன்பு பிணித்த போதே, இருந்தேன் நுகர்ந்தேன் இதன் மேல் இனிவது என்ன. After having given these beautiful diplomatic consoling words to Mainaka, Hanuman crossed the first obstacle and went further. Now the Devas under the leadership of Indra wanted to test whether Vayuputra Hanuman really had the stamina and whether he really had the willpower to achieve Ram's task. So they asked the Nagamata to go as Surasa. Surasa stood as a huge figure before Hanuman on his way. Hanuman did not know how to proceed. At that point of time, Surasa said, Mama bhaksha pradishtastvam-ishvare vanarishabha, aham tvam bhakshayishyami pravishedamananam. தீயே எனலாய பசிப்பிணி தீர்த்தல் செய்வான், ஆயே விரைவு உற்று என்னை அன்பினை வன்மையால், நீயே இனி வந்து நினைக்கொள் பினங்கு ஏற்றினன், வாயே புகுவாய் வழிமற்று இவை வானின் என்றாள். Surasa told Hanuman, you will have to be my foot today. You will have to enter inside my mouth. She opened her mouth for 20 yojanas. Hanuman became 25. She opened for 30. Hanuman became 35. She opened for 50. Hanuman became 55. She opened for 100. She thought that Hanuman will become 105 and wanted to increase her size to 110. In that nanosecond, the great Brahmagyani Hanuman, the great devotee of Ram, thought in just a nanosecond and turned into a thumb-sized Hanuman, Angushtamatra Purushaha. He went inside the mouth of Surasa and came out untouched. Surasa, after having observed Hanuman's intellect, she blessed Hanuman, Hey Hanuman, to the place where you are going there is only adharmam, and you are the personification of dharmam. Wherever you go there will be victory. The primary reason being you are the devotee of Ram. May your journey be successful, and me, Nagamata, I bless you that your journey should be successful. अर्थसिद्ध्यै हरिश्रेष्ठ गच्छ सौम्य यथा सुखं, समानय च वैदेहीं राघवेण महात्मना. After having crossed the second obstacle, he proceeded. As he was flying, at a certain distance, he felt that he could not proceed further because he felt that somebody was pulling him down. While he was flying, his shadow was falling on the waters. There was a certain demoness called as Simhika. Simhika was a Chayagrahi. She attracted people, in the sense she pulled people towards her by using their shadows. She would capture their shadows and pull them towards her. Hence she was called Chayagrahi. She pulled Hanuman. Iti sanchitya manasa chayayamasya samakshipat, chayayam grihamanayam chintayamasa vanaraha. Hanuman now came to know that this obstacle who stood before him, that is Simhika, was neither a person who was a great well-wisher like Mainaka, nor was she a person who was sent by the Devas to test his intellect and his willpower. He very well knew that Simhika was a real demoness. Hence he knew that there was no other resort but Ramanamam, which he always believed in. Purandaradasa in Kannada celebrates the importance of Ramanamam. Rama 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 Yeniro, Rama 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 Yeniro, ನೇಮದಿಂದ ಭಜಿಸುವವರ ಕಾಮಿತಗಳ ಕೊಡುವ ನಾಮ. ನೇಮದಿಂದ ಭಜಿಸುವವರ ಕಾಮಿತಗಳ ಕೊಡುವ ನಾಮ. ನೇಮದಿಂದ ಭಜಿಸುವವರ ಕಾಮಿತಗಳ ಕೊಡುವ ನಾಮ. ರಾಮ 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 ರಾಮಯ್ಯ ನೀರೋ. ಇಹದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟವುಂಟು, ಪರದಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಖವುಂಟು. ಇಹದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟವುಂಟು, ಪರದಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಖವುಂಟು. ವರಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನ ಸ್ಮರಣ ಬಾಯಿಗೆ ಉಡಗದೋ. ವರಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನ ಸ್ಮರಣ ಬಾಯಿಗೆ ಉಡಗದೋ. ರಾಮ 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 ರಾಮಯ್ಯ ನೀರೋ ಸೀತಾ. ರಾಮ 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 ರಾಮಯ್ಯ ನೀರೋ. ರಾಮಯ್ಯ ನೀರೋ, ರಾಮಯ್ಯ ನೀರೋ. With saying Ramanamam with so much of bhakti, Hanuman gave a huge blow on Simhika's head, tore her into pieces. Hence, he crossed the third obstacle also. So we have seen 3 obstacles. The first one was Mainakam, second was Surasa, third was Simhika. What does Valmiki want to signify or mention as an important fact to us, the readers, the bhaktas, through these 3 obstacles? The first was Mainakam, second was Surasa, third was Simhika. In our life also, we may come across 3 such obstacles. The first obstacle will be our relative, the closest relation. The closest relation, though we may assume them to be an obstacle, they are not an obstacle, but they are well-wishers to us. Hence, instead of tackling them in a very rude way, we have to convince them of the fact that what we are doing is healthy and right. So we have to win over the first obstacle, who will be one of our closest relations, using the bhakti and the devotion that we have towards them. That can be done using loving words and diplomacy. Like how Hanuman dealt with Mainaka. When Mainaka said that you have to stay, Hanuman said, your words are themselves so sweet, why should I stay in your mountain? Because you're talking so beautifully. So he won using his beautiful diplomatic words. The next obstacle was Surasa, Nagamata. Though she was an obstacle initially, she was not a real life obstacle. She was sent by the gods. Likewise, when we take up a certain task, the first obstacle will be our closest relation, whom we have to win using soothing words, soft words, sweet words. The second obstacle will be that sent by the gods. Bhagavan will himself test whether we have the willpower. At that point of time, we have to win that particular test using our willpower. The third obstacle will be the real obstacle. Neither it is because of Bhagavan, nor it is because of the closest relation. This will be the real obstacle that we have to win using our willpower, as well as the bhakti that we have towards Bhagavan using his Nama. Like how Hanuman won Simhika using Ramanama. So these 3 obstacles, that is Mainaka, whom Hanuman won using soft and soothing words. Second was Surasa, whom he won using his willpower. And the third was Simhika, whom he won using Ramanamam. These 3 obstacles are very common in our lives. So if we keep on asking the question as to what Ramayanam is teaching us today, it is this which Ramayanam is teaching. It is this which Hanuman teaches us through his journey towards Lanka. Now Hanuman, after having crossed all these 3 obstacles, he also finished his journey. He was reaching this island called as Lanka. Lanka was so beautiful that it captured the eyes of Hanuman in just a single glance or a glimpse. When Hanuman reached Lanka, he then thought suddenly in his mind, this Lanka is built so beautifully. The fortress around this city is so beautiful that it cannot be defeated by anyone. I feel that even if Ram comes, he may not win if Lanka is so beautiful and guarded so well. Agatyapiha harayo bhavishyanti nirarthakaha nahi yuddhena vai Lanka shakya jetum surairapi imam tvavishamam Lankam shakya jetum surairapi प्राप्यापि सुमहाबाहु किं करिष्यति राघवः. My Raghava, my Ram, what will he do to win over the city which is built so beautifully and which is guarded and protected so beautifully? Hanuman waited for the sunset because he knew very well that if he enters the city in this particular posture, in this particular form, all of them will surround him and his mission will be affected. Hence, after the sunset, Hanuman went in the size of a cat. Surye chastam gate ratrau deham sanshipya marutihi vrishadam shakamatrotha vabhuvadbhuta darshanaha. There he observed the beautiful moonlight which hit on the beautiful mansions of Lanka. Shankaf prabham kshira mrunalavarnanam mrigacchamanam vyavabhasamananam dadasya chandram sa kapi praviraha pipluvayamanam sarasiva hamsam. It looked so beautiful because all the mansions in Lanka were golden color, and when the silver like rays of the moon fell on it, it was a combination of silver and gold put together, and it was a divine sight for Hanuman to see this beautiful Lanka before him. When Hanuman wondered at Lanka, he felt that the architect of Lanka should be gifted this entire world as his prize for having constructed such a beautiful city. The Tamil poet Kamban gives a beautiful description. தெய்வத்தச்சனை புகழ்துமோ செங்கண் வளரகன் மெய் ஒத்து ஆற்றினை தவத்தை வியத்துமோ விரிஞ்சன்னையப்பாடுகில வரத்தையே மதித்துமோ அறியாத தொயல் சிந்தயம் யாவரையாது என்றிய poem. Then Kamban, the Tamil poet, gives through the words of Hanuman what Hanuman felt about the city. With this description we will come to a very beautiful conclusion how great an administrator Ravana was. We actually, according to our poets, philosophers and the writers, it is always said that a city can be concluded whether the city is a very nice place, a peaceful place or not, whether if the city is busy during the night hours or not. We all keep saying, my city is very busy even in the night. The writers will not agree with this. Why should a city be busy during the night? When people have to sleep, they have to sleep. When people have to work, they have to work. During the day, if people have to work, they have to work. During the night, if people have to sleep, people have to sleep. If they say that the city is very busy during the night, then we are sure that there is something wrong with the city. Lanka was such a nice city where people used to work at the right time and sleep at the right time. During the night, it seems all of them were sleeping. Now, the Tamil poet Kamban says, who were all sleeping? He says, Nitta niyamai தொழில் முடித்து நெடுவானத்து உத்தமர் உறங்கினர்கள். Uttamar means the people who are very duty conscious and who are very sincere, they all slept. யோகிகள் துயின்றார், people who do yoga, yogic people, that is the rishis, they all slept. மத்த மதவெம் களிறு உறங்கின, even the elephant which is very wild and at times mad, even that elephant slept. உறங்கா பித்தரும் உறங்கினர் இனி பிறர்க்கு என்னோ. That is, even the madman who doesn't sleep when normal people sleep, even that madman had slept, it seems. This is very much different from the English poet who gives a beautiful description as to how London was at when the clock struck 12 in the midnight. In the midnight when clock struck 12, the English poet says, the person who was operating and repairing the clock, he started sleeping. The other person who was adding some wine from the bottle to his cup, he slept. But he says, the only person who did not sleep was a madman. But the Tamil poet Kamban says that even the madman slept. This is just to prove that India and Lanka, the Indian regions and the Lanka region, which are of great significance for Sanatana Dharmam, had better administrators than the administrators whom we study about in our history. நித்த நியம தொழில் முடித்து நெடுவானத்து உத்தமர் உறங்கினர்கள் யோகிகள் துயின்றார் மத்த மதவெம் களிர் உறங்கின உறங்கா பித்தரும் உறங்கினர் இனி பிறர்க்கு என்னோ